Hello, everyone. Today we're having Dr. Ibrahim Irawan, who is like a really large member of our Indonesian American community. He's done so much. Dr. Irawan was born in China in 1955, where his parents went to medical school there, but moved to Indonesia, where he grew up. During his youth, he was very active in Boy Scouts and was a very avid traveler and hiker. Afterwards, he graduated high school in 1974 and went to PAD Medical School. And in 1977, he married his beloved wife, Dr. Eli Swadipura DDS. Dr. Irawan has been very involved in philanthropy and community service. In 1998, he was one of the founders of the Indonesian Chinese American Association, a nonprofit organization. He was also in charge of their Lion Dance Club. In 1999, he created the biweekly publication Indonesia Media and www.indonesiamedia.com. Today, it is the largest Indonesian publication in North America. In 2004 to 2007, he also served as a board of director of the Arcadia Chinese Association. Now he is serving as VP of IABC, Indonesian American Business Council. We're very grateful and excited to have Dr. Irawan here, and we hope that you all enjoy today's speaker event.
Okay. Thank you for having me. Can I start right now?
Yes, yes, you can.
Okay, thank you for having me. It's a good opportunity to talk in front of you, the younger generation. I guess probably all of you was born here in United States. Probably you just wondering why your parent come here or why me, come here from Indonesia. Okay, everybody have a different purpose to come here, I guess. Okay, but I just wanna tell the story about why I come here. Okay, when I in the dentistry school back in from 1979 to 1985. Yeah, 85 or 84, something like that. Yeah, I went to the school. At the same time, I'm also doing the business. So at that time, every year, I went abroad, go to Europe, here and there, every country. Okay. And I believe in 83 or 84, I came here, America. And my wife, she very, very like America because at that time, also we have a friend, which is we communicate in the ham radio in Jakarta. And she was living in Beverly Hills. Of course, after the travel, so we stopped over at her place, and then we try to feel how people living in America, and we like the idea. So my wife also decided to come America. At that time, I feel like so surprised because I don't feel I like to move here at that time. Why? Because my business is pretty good. And I also already have a position in the government in Indonesia. And my work has a two position, as a dentist and also as a medical equipment engineering department. So I'm in charge to maintain and fixing those medical machinery for making the blood component. Why I had to make it like that? Okay, I don't have plan. I don't have like what do you call trick like to get into the government position in capital city, because at that time all the doctor, all the dentists, they have to go through the so-called, like you have to work in a remote area first, okay, for quite some time, like 3 years or 5 years, something like that, depend on the how far that remote area. This is the policy of the government, just to distribute all the healthcare service to those people living in the remote area. Since I'm really curious about the something not right, I went to the Indonesian Red Cross, okay, headquarter, Division 4, which is with the production of making the blood and blood bank and everything. And I saw a lot of machine for making the blood component is not working, is idle. So I'm fixing a lot of things, because I can fixing those things, this machine. So the Secretary General of the Indonesian Red Cross just give an order to me just to stay here in Jakarta, just to fix it, the thing. That's enough. I'm not going nowhere. It's just only Jakarta, capital city. Just graduate. It's a very, very lucky situation compared with those my friend. They send it to the remote area. Uh, this is the point I want to tell you. Okay, if you want to do something, just do it from your heart. Sincerely. Okay, sincerely. So you're going to get a good result. Okay, I don't mean to get a good position in Jakarta compared with my friend that's been sent to the remote area, but because I feel something not right, it's disturb the production, okay, of the blood component in the blood bank of Indonesia. So I feel my duty to fix it. It's not easy, because Indonesian Red Cross already sent the technician uh, from America, from Australia, Japan. They don't bother fix it, that thing. Why? Because that machine is made by Eastern Germany. As you know, Eastern Germany is considered a socialist or communist country. At that time, 19, 1985, okay, we are still not friendly with the um, East Germany, because they're not unite right now. The German is still divided by the um, West and East. There is no any diplomatic relation. That product is made by Leipzig is German, and then that machine has a lot of cable inside, just like it more complicated than the computer cable actually. And those cable is same color. This is uh, the way of the communist country doing it, uniform. Okay, it's so hard to fix that thing, but I successfully fixing one by doing some like a cannibal. There is a 12 engine, 12 machine unit there. I substitute those kind of something broken component, substitute with the other and run one. And because I can show, I can make it, so the Secretary General of Indonesian Red Cross asked me to do the rest, finish the rest. And this is the thing I try to teach you guys, being the doctor or being the engineer. and you graduate from the school, okay, you get the knowledge from the book, okay, from your teacher and everything. But the important thing is get the thing done, okay. But how you get this thing done, because we don't have any relation. At that time, I tried to find out. There is no internet at that years. Nothing internet, okay. It's so hard. Even the phone call is so expensive. You know that. And then phone call is not. It's impossible to phone the Eastern Germany. And besides, I don't know who to talk to, right? So I try to find a way through the Chamber of Commerce in Romania, Romania Chamber of Commerce. Romania Chamber of Commerce office is at the Gajah Mada, okay, Jalan Gajah Mada, the Gajah Mada Street. You probably know if you're coming from Jakarta, okay. And that office is not really official open. I have to knock the door, and somebody just come out and then asking what the purpose and this and that. It's very like what, like you doing the espionage, like it's kind of like that, okay. And I set the purpose. I contact them. Eventually, they send the technician from Leipzig, from Eastern Germany, because I can fix so many things, okay, like the contactor, the switching, okay, about the component, the hardware from the rubber. I can do it. I can mill it, make it, okay, but I cannot reproduce the motherboard. Motherboard is so hard to make it. That's why I have to buy it. And they come, and then we order it, and we make it all 12 machines running well. And I calibrate everything, I testing everything, and send it to all the branch of uh, production center of the Indonesian Red Cross to make it that component. That machine is basically like this. It's very simple, actually. The blood, after you withdraw from the donor, and then you put in the test tube, many test tube there, and you spin it. When you spin it, you make it frozen, very low temperature. The temperature is so low. We're not talking. They're using not the Celsius. They're not using the Fahrenheit. No, they're using the Kelvin. I don't even remember how many Kelvin. Anyway, you probably never experienced those kind of cold. Okay, if you get a towel, okay, towel like you're using for taking bath, right? Towel when they already cold, and you just apply the towel there, and the towel is just only sticking there, and then you cannot take it out. It's just ripped off. It's just broken in pieces. That kind of cold. Yeah, yeah, because they spin and they frozen it. So those blood consists of many components, just like a plasma, like a factor 5, factor 3, factor 8, factor 11, 13, something like that. Erythrocyte. They in the what do you call segmented. Then you can separate that. That's the idea to make a blood component. So I successfully make it. That's why I've been assigned in Kramat 101. Right now, Kramat 101 is not any longer as Indonesian Red Cross. They sell it already to the something like a shopping mall for the technical material. Yeah. So this is the lesson I try to teach you. Being an engineer, being a doctor, you just graduate from the school. It doesn't mean nothing if you cannot solve the problem. The most important thing is get the things done, no matter what. Okay. Um, then the first time I come here, I feel like I'm not, get used to. Of course, it's culture shock. Another thing I try to teach you is if you find the job, try to find a job. Don't make yourself overqualified. Yeah. Do you think you fill up the resume with, oh, you are have the doctor title and this and that, you have experience this, and people going to hire you? It's not necessarily that way. Okay. I already experienced those kind of thing in America. I already graduate to get my license, dental license. That's meaning I can practice legally in America at the time. I try to find a job. Of course, I cannot open my own clinic because I don't have any experience for that administration, all those paperwork, insurance, and the law here and there. I try to apply the job, and then people ask me to make a resume. I write down, and then they interview me. Never successful. Nobody want to hire me. Nobody. First, my English is bad. Okay. Secondly, they felt like I'm overqualified. They said. It's one thing. It's funny thing. I receiving the response from the employer is they said like this: you don't look like worker. Your face is just look like a boss. They said. If I hire you within 3 months, you already open the same business next door and compete with me. That's the way they respond to me. Until one point, I said, well, I think I kind of like a hopeless, I even want to go back to Indonesia. I said, okay. And then come to the one chances like this. I tell them, how about if I work with you and you don't need to pay me? I said, oh, yeah, that's good. Let's try. Right? I'm a doctor with a license. They don't pay me. Oh, so there's like for the employer, it's just like a haven, right? And I start working with them. And they're not the owner, actually. They're just a managing doctor. The managing doctor is something like my son right now, managing doctor in Santa Cruz. That's meaning below him is a lot of doctor working for him. And I can prove I'm doing the oral surgery better than them. I treat the patient, the patient like me, right? But I didn't have a chance to do the root canal yet. Okay? I want to learn that root canal. The managing doctor don't let me to learn. Even though I show it to them here in the Phantom. Phantom is like a model. Here, this is the tooth, this original tooth, okay? We do in the root canal is this way. You just take x-ray, you just see whether my obturation or filling is already right. And they said, this is very good. But they don't let me to do root canal. Because what? They don't want me to learn. Because they want to enjoy the free labor. They're slaving me. At that time, I said, fine. I said, you don't let me to do root canal. Today, I quit. I tell them. And today, I'm going to report to the headquarters. And I call to the area supervisor, and they're shocked. They're shocked because they just know I'm not get paid for working so many months there. And they're scared what? Because it's a big lawsuit. This could be a lawsuit, right? And they assign me, hey, doctor, tomorrow starting you working paid, you somewhere else, they said. They show me working at some branch office. I don't want to fight or file a lawsuit to them, okay? Because I don't think uh, lawsuit is good, because the time and the emotion that you have to go through is not worth it with the result. Okay, you have to remember that. Do not hate people. Okay, no hate people. You hate people, you spend time for them, which is this time you can actually using to generate more uh, benefit for you actually. So forget it then. Okay, just do from your heart. Do with all your patience. Okay, and even though we are not perfect, just do to be a perfectionist. Okay, then you're going to have the road to success. Very good. Um, exactly, you have to know the main problem. Sometimes you want to fix something, but you don't know exactly the main problem. Then you cannot fix it actually. I used to get the lesson from my professor in dentistry school. They said is in the one village uh, there is a lot of rampant caries. That's meaning a lot of cavity. People are getting cavity a lot. And we already give them toothbrush and toothpaste constantly to that village. Uh, so now what is the main problem? Okay. So after we survey there, the main problem is they they do brush every day twice, but they don't brush right. They don't know how to brush right. That's the way. That's the main problem. We have to educate them well. That's it. Because I see a lot of newly graduate, you know, engineer or doctor or whatever. They don't know exactly uh, what is the problem actually. They want to solve. If you don't know the problem, you cannot solve the thing. I will ask you guys some of them you probably doing the business. Later on, I'm going to ask you question, but later. And then if you in your life you always have a time that you have to need adjustment for your environment or from like just like me. I was born in China, right? Okay. When I first time come to Indonesia, I could not speak Indonesia at all, right? What I spoke is the Cantonese at that time. So I have to adjust. It's so hard for me. And then I'm going to school, uh-huh, um, because in 1965 there is has some political turmoil there in Indonesia called Gestapo. Okay, uh, so they require everybody has to have the official religion. So in other words, they close my school. My school is not a foreign school. but it's just not the religion school. So I have to move to the school that have a religion, which is Catholic school. And then, of course, it's different environment. I have to learn again. And people just make fun of me. I cannot make it the sign of the Catholic doing like this. So, uh, and then afterward, I graduate high school and then go to the university in other state, other province. I mean, other province, and they have using the different kind of local language. Again, I have to learn, you know, and then come to here. It's another cultural shock. Yeah, it just learn and keep learning. It's okay. Something changes. Okay. The important thing is when you're working later on, you have to act uh, and position yourself just like where you supposed to be. Okay. You don't act like a director, but you actually working like the like a novice, like just enter, right? The the working force. So you don't need to do that. Just do accordingly. If you're working as a um, clerk, yes, yeah, you just in a clerk. You don't need to thinking about the or acting like you the boss. No, no need. That way to make your position, your career, okay, step by step, move forward, okay, and you never have like a tumbling down back again. I always like that. I always respect to my supervisor, always. Yeah. Do I still have time to do it, and then or you can come to the Q&A, or let me see.
Oh yeah. So
Mhm.
um, we can start the Q&A right now. But yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Iran, for just all of the advice and all of the like stories that you had about what you did to come here and
Oh,
also
I'm sorry. Uh, one more thing.
okay, yes, yes,
This is
yes.
very important. Yeah,
Okay.
very important. I just try to say something
Mm.
important. I'm as a dentist. Okay. Of course, I don't know everything, all the dentistry, all line of the business of dentistry, but I do most of them. Okay. I even do the orthodontic one time. Okay. Uh, as a dentist, I give a service to my customer. It has to be accordingly. Yeah, you cannot force the uh, people who cannot afford the implant to buy the implant. There is always you have to check comprehensively. If you have some like a patient, my patient, I take a full mouth X-ray. Okay, then I telling them, hey, you have this. Okay, what you work, where you live. Okay, it's kind of like that, right? So based on that, I know how they can afford it or not afford it. Okay, because you're talking too high, and then they cannot just afford it. That's useless. You're wasting your time. You're wasting their time. Okay, and then they probably scared to you, and then not going to come back. This is another thing. Okay, the way you're doing business, you have to do like uh, just put the patient like yourself. So If you think you cannot afford it, then at that kind of number of money, that probably they cannot buy it. And then if you let it go like that, they're going to be worse. That means the infection is going to the bone, infected here, infected there, and then complicate the organ of the body. Okay, so we always have the different kind of what you call alternative treatment. Okay, of course we let them know which one is the best. Okay, each one is the still can handle it, but as a temporary, you cannot have this for the whole life like this. So you treat them accordingly. So make everybody happy. Did you get my point? I hope you get it. That's it. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, yes, I hope we did. Yes, and yeah, just again, like thank you again for your experiences and everything, and also the time that you've had to talk about your own story. And so yeah, now we'll move into question and answer, and I can just start it off first, but um, I was wondering if you could like tell the rest of us here what made you start Indonesia Media and like what were your motivations to start that organization?
Dylan, you took my question. My gosh.
No, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. It should be many questions. I think I can answer. Okay. All right. Dylan, I think uh, what make my heart to think I have to make it the publication. Actually, not that way. We have to make a publication to voice some underrepresented voice. Okay, that because of the 98, 98 tragedy. I don't say riot. I said tragedy in Indonesia. How 98 could happen? Okay, that's why we never can afford that to be repeat again. Then we have to educate our people. Okay? Educate people not necessary to be uh, from Indonesia. Okay, particularly now with the internet and this and that, we can be everywhere, but still working for the better Indonesia. Of course, better our America too, right? Um, at that time, not everybody can talk freely because we experiencing um, publication being banned, being closed, that because of the material content is not um, um, like compatible with the government or compatible with a certain group of people. So in this point, I think I still need a lot of people voice to be uh, channel it to the public. I initiate that we need a publication since the August 1998. At that time, in the forum of many people, that people coming from Atlanta, Georgia, New York, Washington D.C., Toronto, um, Ottawa, Vancouver, San Francisco, San Diego, and Los Angeles. They all agree that we need make a publication, but just say agree, no action. That the word NATO, we said, NATO. No action, talk only. Okay. And my mom, she saw me like has something like sad, like not happy. So she asked me why you feel like not very well. I said I have a problem like this. I wish to make a publication and this and that. Make a publication is not easy. It's involved many things. Okay, involved in the startup capital, involved in the distributor, involved of the content, and the continuity of the financial. Because you cannot just make the publication one time, boom, and then what, right? And then I can already prove it. And it is already more than 22 years. It's proven, right? I make it. So my mom said, how much money that you need? I said the number of the dollar at that time. Maybe, because I don't know. I don't have any experience. Yeah, let's try. The mom backed me up, my mom. And actually, my idea, my initiation is got well received among the people back in Los Angeles and then America. Then we started. Of course, our financial source is from our advertising. Without advertising, we cannot survive. Yeah. But I don't really greedy too. Okay. Our price list of advertising is no change since 2008. How many years already? 12 years, huh? No change until right now. And a lot of writers is also sympathize us. They contribute the article, column, and everything. They contribute to us. So all the writer is all volunteer. Yeah, of course, I have a writer in Indonesia, like a journalist in Indonesia get paid too. Yeah, I have to pay them. Yeah, but mostly it's volunteer. And that is make us survive. It's actually this publication successful to be bi-weekly and then to be the largest in America right now. It's not because of me. It's just because of your parent, actually. Your parent read that. I heard who? Cindy? Emily, maybe? the parent read the magazine. The readership is very important in the publication. At the first time, we make it the magazine, we print it, and then up to a week, we don't know how to distribute that. We don't know. We print it and then just put in my office like a whole pile of the magazine, but how to distribute? We learn everything. Yeah. Because something not right, we try to fix it. Okay. That's the way me. Just like I fixed the Indonesian Red Cross machine for the blood component. I make it from my heart. Okay. Doing sincerely. Right. So I believe God give us the backup and then make us successful all the time. Yep.
Yeah, so Dr. Irawan, I wanted to just ask, like, you've been running this magazine for a very long time, probably even before I was like born, or even if I was born, it was like probably like a baby at that time. So I just wanted to see like how's that whole process been, and where do you project it to be, for us, the younger generation. Me, I'm always just like wondering about like the future of like the community and all that stuff. And so you've probably had some like thoughts about that. Yeah.
Yes, because of the I concern to the community and community know me. The community just sympathy to me and they contribute. Just that you have to give away first, then you can expect people
Oh yeah.
give back to you, of course,
Agreed.
right? Um, yeah, you probably. I also wonder myself when I go to Indonesia from China, I cannot speak Indonesia, right? And this magazine is in Indonesian language, right? In the Bahasa Indonesia. So how can I make this happen? I also wonder myself, right? Not just only that, not just only that. I experienced one time in my middle school. The middle school there is a subject for making like a poem. Okay, the poem. They assign those students to make a poem themselves, and I create a poem, and my poem gets number one. Number one. But the teacher said, they called me. This poem is good, they said, but I guarantee not the one you make it. This is you plagiate somebody else or you ask somebody to do it. Let the teacher say like that. I really, really sad, angry, and everything. It's because I'm the one make it. I'm the one make it. But the teacher give me the score, what? 4. 4 is meaning is very bad. That meaning the 4 score is meaning you can have to repeat another year in the class. Most like that. Yeah, I experienced not just only one time. I experienced two in the high school, but it's a different subject. My dad, he was a columnist of the Harian Indonesia Raya. He's a doctor. He's always write something about the health, okay, in the newspaper. And my grandpa from my mom's side, he was a doctor too, and he is a poet who write the poem too, but in Chinese, not in Indonesia. So I heard that from him before Indonesia independent in Batavia, which is Jakarta, when the birthday of Queen of Juliana, not Juliana, your professor, no, the Queen of Holland, okay? When the birthday, so my grandpa make it a poem. It took they call couplet at the gate of the Chinatown in Batavia. Yeah, and also my grandpa is also write a poem for the Meiji. Do you know Meiji? You don't know
Like the
Meiji.
Meiji Emperor kind of? No, right?
Yes, yes,
Oh, Meiji
exactly.
Emperor. Whoa, that's incredible. Whoa.
Meiji. You know, at the Meiji, in the Meiji era, is the Japanese go into the industrial. Okay, they make it a lot of factory, industrial, so they pollute the air. You know, so my grandpa concerned about the pollute because at my grandpa at that time he went to the school at Shiba University, which is close, like a 60 kilometer from Tokyo. And he at that time he was head of the senate of medicine school in Shiba University, and he write a poem about the reboisation, which is to regreen, replanting again, because industrial they cut many tree and they're producing a lot of what do you call pollutant. Okay, so the regeneration of oxygen is disturbed. Okay, so he write down the poem. I went to there. He think like when we commemorate the 100 years of that poem, and then when we go there and asked to the dean of the medical school, I said my grandpa used to went to school here, and then he said they make it like a poem about the Meiji to replant, to regreen the Japan. And then he opened the album of the photo at that time. Oh, this person, yeah. My grandpa photo is in the front because he's the head of the senate of the student. And then he said, okay, in the front. So the poem they make it, they carving it at the piece of stone, which is like a 3 meter high, and they preserve it with those kind of like a small garden with a chain link, you know, to protect the garden. So I really surprised, really shocked, because the Japanese government that honor those such like foreign student creation up to 100 years already. I plan to go there maybe next year, just to see, to show it to my children. This is your great grandpa creation. Yeah,
I think
maybe.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's wonderful to see like the legacy that one carries forward. So hopefully we can create a lasting impact, just like your great grandfather did. I know that we're running a little bit on time, off time, so maybe we can entertain one more question from anybody to ask to Dr. Irawan. But yes, just before the final question, just like to thank you, Dr. Irawan, for all your words of wisdom, and to all of our guests for just being here and wanting to receive this wisdom. So yes, thank you too. Thank you to both. Yes. Does anyone have any the final questions or?
You go ahead or ask any question, because I'm the one. I'm the person who do all round. That's it. Whatever, whatever. Like I even invent a free maintenance water filter at one time. Yeah, of course it's not a water filter for drink. Okay. Yeah, that is. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I guess if anybody doesn't have any question, I guess for me it's like I know that we had really good conversations, but even before about like the course of like history and all of that stuff, and I don't know, how do you feel like we should stay, as I feel like as Indonesian Americans or just as Asian Americans looking back into our country of origins because we're diasporic communities, right? I think it's hard to see what's going on in our countries. Like I know that Indonesia is currently suffering right now because of the omnibus law, as you mentioned in our conversations before. How do we tackle these issues appropriately in the context of, like, you know, our Americanized point of view? How do we I don't know, be more, I guess, just aware? Because I don't know, you're a you're a journalist, so you report on like what's going on and everything, and so I think for us it's just like important to just, like, preserve that history as well in America, but also back in our um, you know, the countries where our ancestors were, where parents were. So yeah, I don't know if that made sense, but yeah.
Okay, yeah, even though you can like doubt about how the way you ask me question, uh, but I probably know it from the sense you're talking. Um, what my suggestion is to do like this: as a student, okay, of course you have to learn and you have to graduate very well, okay. Even though if you can cum laude is good for you, okay. Uh, it just remember being a man or a woman is not enough just only learn from the school, but you have to give something significant for the community. For example, talking about the politics, don't feel shy with the politics. Okay, I don't worry. I'm not going to campaign about Trump or Biden. No, okay. But being a human being, being a citizen, or being people living in one country, that you have to concern about the political situation, and particularly to voice the interests of your community. Okay, so you could work as like you write something. If nobody wanna accepting your writing, Indonesia Media always open, welcome. It doesn't matter if your language in Indonesia is not very well. You can write in English freely, no problem too. Okay, if you wanna try your Indonesia, you learn from the Professor Juliana. Okay, go ahead. Okay, at a certain point that you cannot mention, you cannot describe it in Indonesia, just using English at that word, and the rest come back to Indonesian again. That's fine, no problem. Okay, no problem. But the important thing is you write something that you concern about the matter of Indonesia and America. That's one thing. Secondly, if you guys have the some desire to be like community representative, okay, as for example making like a city council or whatever, Indonesia Media ready to support you, okay, without money, okay. You don't need to pay nothing for that, okay. We always support. That's nothing, because if you know uh, Dino Patijalal, have you ever heard of Dino Patijalal? It was the ambassador, okay.
Mm-hmm.
He was practically living out of the Indonesia abroad, okay, living in Washington D.C. quite a long time, and now he served in Indonesia, okay. He became an ambassador, became anything, and also the current ambassador, Muhammad Lutfi. Muhammad Lutfi is also one time a student Permias too, somewhere in Purdue, I guess, right? So yeah, it doesn't matter what you write, you can start with culinary or whatever, some like not that heavy, okay, or travel, yeah, and get used to with your writing. But anyway, we accepting the article. Mostly the good one is 350 word only. very short. It's okay. With a picture, one or two picture as a start, because we cannot accepting too long either, right? So and in politics, regardless what your political affiliation, I don't care. Anyhow, you can represent Indonesian community. It's good already. Yeah,
All
like
right.
yeah, like my son used to make a speech when he was 7 years old at the city hall.
Wow.
Yeah. See, impressive. So I feel like you can start from like um any level. Like there's just like yeah, that's really really impressive. So it's never it's always a good time for you to just like give back to the community. I got really excited about community service. I love community service, and so I think you, as you say, give back. Um, I hope so. We can as well. So yeah, Dylan, did you wanted to say something? I apologize.
Oh yeah, no problem. So, um, yeah, I think that's a good place to like wrap up our Q&A and to wrap up the speaker event. Um, Again, thank you so much, Dr. Irawan, and thank you so much to everyone who has attended. I hope everyone has like learned something new and been able to like get the nuggets of wisdom from Dr. Irawan. And before we go, we're gonna take a quick picture. So if you're comfortable like turning on your video, then that'd be great. And yeah, we'll just take it